sang to her, we will take a load off of you. He sang to her, we will carry your weight on our shoulders. A load off of you. Strong. We will carry your weight on, and we will take you down the river. We will carry your weight on our shoulders. And we will take you down, carry your weight on my shoulders. And we will take you down the river of forgiveness. So let me help you. And we will go together to the river of forgiveness and the ocean of life. Claire was an orphan. She was 12 years old and small, but strong. She had strong legs, strong back, strong shoulders, and it was her dream to cross the land all the way to the other side with her smile and her song to the river of forgiveness that led to the ocean of life. So she got out her backpack and she got her 2 rocks. One rock full of all her dreams and one rock full of all her fears. So she put them in her backpack and off she went. And it was a hot and sunny day and she came up to this big tree. And under this tree sat a boy. And at the boy's feet was a big rock. So she came up to the boy and she asked, what are you doing? And he said, I'm trying to go to the river of forgiveness, but my big rock full of all my dreams is too heavy. So she said, well, I'm strong and I have this backpack. And there's space in it for your rock. So if you want, I can put your rock in my bag and we can go together. Nice. And so he agreed. She put the rock in her bag and off they went. And as they went, Claire sang to him. She sang, I will take a load off of you. I will carry your weight on my shoulders. I am strong, so let me help you. And we will go together to the river of forgiveness and the ocean of life. And it was a long journey. And 5 years passed. 5 years? It was a long journey. And the load was manageable. Claire was strong. And they were walking and they were walking and they came up to a crossroads. And at this crossroads sat a man. And at his feet were 10 rocks of different sizes. 10 rocks. And Claire went up to the man and said, what are you doing? And he said, well, I was going to the river of forgiveness, but I'm at these crossroads and I'm confused. I don't know which way to go. And these rocks are full of different dreams and different fears, and I was going to take them to the river, but I'm getting tired. My knees are getting weak. My skin is starting to burn. So Claire said, I have this backpack, and I'm strong. So if you want, I can put your rocks in my backpack. We're going to the river, so if you want to come, you can come with us, and I'll give you my walking stick, I'll give you my hat. We're good to go. And he agreed. So she put the rocks in her bag, and the 3 of them, off they went. She sang, I will take a load off of you. I will carry your weight on my shoulders. I am strong, so let me help you. And we will go together to the river of forgiveness and the ocean of life. And 5 years passed. 5 years? It was a long journey. And they were walking and they were walking and they came up to a bridge. And this bridge was over a stream, and under the bridge was a grandmother. And she was fishing in the stream. And they came up to the grandmother and said, what are you doing? She said, well, all of these pebbles, there were 30 pebbles at her feet. 30 pebbles. They contain the dreams and fears of all my children. And I was taking them to the river of forgiveness, but I'm getting old. And I'm getting tired. And I found this stream, and I can fish here. And I found berries upstream, and I just want to stay. Do you want to sit with me? So they all sat. They joined the grandmother and they ate the berries and they had some fish. No sardines though. And they were having a great time telling travel stories. And after the meal, Claire got up and ready to continue. But the man and the boy decided that they were happy here and they were just going to stay.
Oh, what about Claire leaving her?
So Claire said to the grandmother, I'm going to the river. So my bag is pretty full, but pebbles can fit in the spaces between the rocks. So if you want, I'll take your pebbles to the river. And the grandmother agreed. And she put the pebbles in her bag, and she went alone. And 5 years. 5 years! That's a long journey. But she was walking, and the bag was heavy, and her knees were starting to, weaken, and her skin was burning, and her shoulders were aching. But she saw on the horizon a shimmer. And as she got closer, she realized she finally had made it to the river. She made it to the river. And she took off her bag, and her shoulders groaned. And she opened the bag and pulled out the rocks. The 10 rocks of the man, the big rock of the boy, and the pebbles of the grandmother. And she looked for her rocks, but they weren't there. Instead, there was a pile of sand and a tiny hole. And Claire realized that throughout her journey, the weight of the other rocks had turned her rocks into sand. And all along her journey, she had scattered the sand of her dreams and her fears. The wind that would sweep them up into the clouds, and the sand would settle along with the flowers and cling to the skirts of new people and enter new journeys. Claire smiled. And she took off her shoes and stepped into the river with all of the other rocks, placed them in the river carefully. And the current of the river of forgiveness swept them down to the ocean of life. And without her own rocks, Claire lay down in the river and let the water run over her. And the water washed away the sand and cooled her skin and relaxed her muscles. And 100 fish gathered around her, and they lifted her up weightlessly. And they sang to her, "We will take a load off of you. We will carry your weight on our shoulders. We are strong, so let us help you. And we will take you down the river of forgiveness to the ocean of love."